Happy cooking. Yeah, we have got the executive chef set behind us tonight, and we're going to be giving away a limited edition. So hold on to your seat. What's the timeline? How much time we got? 30 seconds? Is it 9? Mm-hmm. It's live? We are going! So whether you're here or not, we are live at the wonderful world of happy cooking, and you're at home. Some of you are contained in the confinements of an area where you're like, what am I going to do with my time? I can only watch so much TV. I can only catch up on so much of my reading. So I got to catch up on my social, and I got to find out what's going on in the wonderful world of Salad Master and Happy Cooking. Thanks for joining me here today. Appreciate your time. We're going to talk about every single individual piece in the executive chef set. And I do want to let you know, many of you who are watching may not yet be a Salad Master owner, and that's okay, because we've got COVID-19 specials on. That's right, indeed. There are some items that you might witness here that you're going, I'd love to have that, so get back to your consultant. Talk to them on what they can do to add as a bonus, particularly right now in the month of March. We're at our best month in business, but also we got a lot of chaos and mayhem and some panic out there. But I'll tell you something, when we do a cooking show, we are prepared, we are sanitized, we got our hygiene ready, we got our rubber gloves, and we're gonna keep a social distance and make sure we feed you with the highest quality foods to boost your immune system and make you feel better, look younger, and we trust maybe even a little bit longer, at least have a higher quality of life. I'm going to talk about every piece, starting with the smallest. We have, ladies and gentlemen, we call, as my wife calls, chiquita. This is your 1-quart saucepan. It comes with almost every particular set, but the reason why I like it is because it's a perfect storage container, and that's why a lot of people will have multiple of these items. It's great if you have children just to add on. The cookware works best when you fill it 3/4 full to full. So what does that mean? That means you want the right tool for the job. So if you have a larger pan, you need some smaller saucepans. Every set of cookware has at least 2 or 3 saucepans. And if you open up my wife's cupboard, she's got 6 of these little guys because we do meal planning. We like to prepare a large meal and then reheat in smaller quantities. You can get 8 hard-boiled eggs in there. That's correct. 8 hard-boiled eggs, just a couple tablespoons of water, medium click low, about 6 minutes later. They are beautiful and ready to roll, or spin, if you will. You can do a side dish, a little bit of corn. You can do your oatmeal in this one. This is the baby 1 quart. We also have the sister, the bigger sister of the 1 quart, is the 1.5. It's 50% taller, the exact same diameter. We love it for reheating liquid. So if you have a little bit of leftover chili or stew or soup, or maybe doing some Mr. Noodles on the go, you've got something with an extra little bit of elevation. That's your 1.5 quart saucepan. Moving right along, ladies and gentlemen, we have our 2 quart, and it really starts getting into a size where you can cook a meal inside of here. And so a lot of times when we do our cooking demonstrations, we will do the half cake inside of this particular 2 quart saucepan. I like it just because it's not too big, it's not too small, it's a nice medium sized pan. Now, if you do not have your items self-nested like that, do make sure that you nest the lids that really to maximize on the space efficiency. Moving up on the saucepan family, we have our 3rd saucepan family that has an optional insert, okay? And so the 3 quart, this is a common size. It comes in every single set in the marketplace. 3 quarts, that is 3 of the little baby 1 quarts, 3 of these little guys in 1, 3 in 1. And so the 3 quart, it is in many cases large enough to cook about a 4-pound chicken or roast. Now, here's what's kind of unique about this cooking system. Because you have what's called full body construction, it cooks bottom up, top down, sides in. It's cooking all the way around. Yes, thank you for that smile. It actually is better to be using a smaller pan and filling it 3/4 full to full. The heat source is closer to the food, cooks more uniformly, there's less airspace inside the vessel, so there's minimal oxidation taking place. That's your 3 quart. Now it does come with this one right here, the holy pan. Do that again. Oh, there you go. On a sunny day, it's been raining in Southern California here. They say it never rains in Southern California. But if you do want to have those holes that give you little specks of light that look like freckles, This one works just beautifully. You can use it for degreasing. What do I mean by degreasing? Any of your fatty meats, your pork belly, any sort of bacon, sausages, ground beef, regular or lean ground beef, even turkey, ground turkey. You put it in there. As it cooks, the saturated fats heat and are pulled down into the water down below. And let me tell you, when you pour that liquid out, it's like a nasty little slick, pure cholesterol. So degrease your meats. And then if you want to get that nice flavor of garlic and onions inside of there, you just heat up that ground meat or what have you with your onions and garlic, and it just has that fried taste without all the grease and oil, so it doesn't absorb right back in. So that is your holy pan. We say that this is a lifesaver because you can still indulge in some beautiful meals and make a much lower fat. You want to save some money, get regular ground beef and degrease 90% of the fat out. When you get lean ground beef, I believe it's only like 90, extra lean is 92%. That means it's 8% fat. Where you get 68% lean, that's 32% fat. You're going to degrease most of that out. It's about 1/3 the cost. And so truly, value-wise, that's a great way to save money. So we talked about our 4 saucepans, our little 1 quart, 1.5, 2, and 3 quart. 4 quart roaster. Now, what I like about this is when you really have a more complete set, you got a 4 and a 5 quart roaster. What's kind of cool is I just showed you the 3 quart previously. And the 3 quart saucepan will fit on top of the 4 quart. Guess what? The 2 quart will fit on top of the 3 quart. So the more complete the set, the more you can play Lego at home, especially if you are confined. Now, I wouldn't believe any of you are quarantined right now, but if you're at least confined, you can play a little bit of pots and pans and have some fun at home. So we do have the 4 quart and the 5 quart. Now the 5 quart roaster, it's more than just 1 quart bigger, ladies and gentlemen. Complements this one right here. Okay, so that turns into something where you can even start stack cooking now. Put the next size on top of there, like so. So we have the right size roaster for the job. Now, some of you, you're going, okay, I've got this size, I need some in-between sizes in there. And once again, that's having the right tool for the job. You know what? I love my Salad Master 2. 26 years we've had it, and look at this, a picture of health. Still have a little bit of hair. Not much, but hey, you know what? Feeling healthy as a bull, bring it on, immunity is high. So we do have our next size is a 7 quart roaster, okay? Now the 7 quart roaster is your common day-to-day soups, chilies, stews, pastas, works beautiful. And that next size, the lower one, the actual 5 quart we just said, will fit on top of there. Now, guess what? You got your 7 quart. We also have inside of here a utility rack. I'm not sure. Oh, yes. The utility rack, this one right here. A lot of people think that this is a Frisbee. It's not. It is an identifiable flying object. You can pop it in here like so, and you can do what's called split level cooking. Now, you can do a cake pan, a pie pan, if you want to do a pudding pan that comes with a set. And guess what you do, ladies and gentlemen? If you have the freedom and flexibility of having a complete set, you're going to have that 5 quart roaster you can now use as a dome. You can do a roast at the bottom, garlic, onions. In the bottom, you can do a chocolate cherry cake on the top. And guess what? There's no air in a vacuum. Your roast doesn't taste like cake, and your cake doesn't taste like roast. No flavor transfer, all in one, complete kitchen. So the utility rack is a really cool thing. Now, what's also nice about the utility rack, ladies and gentlemen, is you can do split level cooking. So if I want to do a ginger rice at the bottom and I want to do a garlic chicken at the top, I can rub that chicken with garlic and whatever other spices or herbs or seasonings and put it at the top, and I can do a beautiful rice down below. Now, as this cooks, guess what happens? All the juices, and this is a lean chicken, I presume, all the juices as it cooks, the proteins and the flavors and the marinade will actually drip down through the holes and absorb into the rice, making a beautiful rice pilaf. Okay, now some people do the Hainan chicken rice where you kind of do that right there, and it's all in one complete, and that's the beauty of split level cooking. Another benefit when you have a more complete set. So as I'm going through this, some of you are going, wait a second, I don't have that one yet. I'd like to earn one. Talk to your consultant on how you can earn one. Now some of you go, you know what? Maybe all I want to do is just maybe upgrade, because if ever you're thinking about upgrading, COVID-19 specials, now's the perfect time. Talk to your consultant about the particular items you like and we will make it special for you now. And that's right, we also have a limited edition, which we're going to be drawing later, and that can be added into any of the upgrade packages. We're also looking for people recommending friends. Now, I'll tell you something. When you invite one other health-conscious couple to your over to your home, we give you a commitment. And that commitment, ladies and gentlemen, is we're going to have fun. It's going to be clean, sanitary. We will keep social distance. And if either of our parties are sick or not feeling well, we will postpone. Okay? So we're going to make this through the month together with more gifts for you and moving onwards to our best month of business. By the way, you like my apron? I love that apron. It's got a pot of gold at the end of it. Okay, so we just talked about the 7-quart. The next size roaster up, ladies and gentlemen, is our 10-quart. Now, the 10-quart roaster, this is when you start doing entertaining, any parties, any friends coming over. And it totally cracks me up sometimes. People say, I don't use a large pan, but you open up the cupboard and they have a large pan. I'm like, oh my goodness, you have a large pan, then why, if you have the best cookware in the world, 316 titanium, why are you cooking on anything else? Get rid of all the old and in with the new. Now, what I love about this 10-quart roaster, it really is a perfect size stock pot. My wife does canning in there. So that utility rack, like here, we turn it upside down, put a little water in there, and then she does her canning goods inside of there. You can do your steamed tamales in there with the utility rack as well too. So if you're doing a goulash, if you're cooking up a gumbo, if you're preparing a ratatouille, the 10-quart roaster is wonderful. And at certain times of year, if you do have the 7-quart, you can pop it on top just like so. Now, some people like the honey baked ham, and it's a little bit big for just one pan. You can have that extra elevation on top of here. And on New Year's, you can start making some fun and playing some surgical stainless steel. So what's cool about this is you can also do a turkey. How do you do a turkey? Head down, legs in the air. Now, what's nice about that, ladies and gentlemen, when the legs are in the air, the dark meat has the flavor. So what's happening as it cooks, the juices will pull down. So you get that yummy dark meat flavor pulling down to the white meat, reabsorbing, self-circulating, super juicy, not shrinking. Hello, I think I need that 10-quart roaster with the friend, the 7-quart. So, I know what's happening. As we continue here, ladies and gentlemen, as we continue, many of you are just getting so excited, you're thinking about, I need to add some items to my set. Now, right now, restaurants are closed, or they should be closed, and if they're opened, you should avoid any eating out. Eat at home more. Healthy home-cooked meals and the best cookware in the world. Use the right food, the right technique, the right equipment. You want to learn technique? Go to the Happy Cooking Club. My wife, Jay, is doing amazing recipes. She's totally dedicated and committed to educating you the very most delicious meals, preparing the best cookware in the world. This is the Mamacita. Everybody say Mamacita. Mamacita, prego. So this one right here, ladies and gentlemen, it is the biggest one. And this week we're giving away. Those people that are actually being interviewed for our business automatically get their name into the draw for one of these. That's right. Okay, just by checking things out. You know, we are on the grow. We are building right now. And we're looking for passionate people that are into health and into cooking. Can't guarantee a job, but you can start as a helper or assistant. You can get trained by some of the best people. And you know what? We have fun and change lives. And so this 16-quart, we're drawing 3 of these. But that's if you're actually checking out how our business works. But I'll tell you, if you're doing holiday cooking, I've been told that you can get 50 to 70 corn tortillas inside of here. Now, my wife is from Central America, and she makes these things called naca tamales. And you got the masa, and you cook up that masa, and you stir it up, and you do that thing inside of there. And this is the pan of work. Now, I thought 1 was enough, but you need 2 to 3 when you're making tamales inside of here. Pasoli, menudo. When your family's coming over, you want to honor them with the most beautiful cookware. That is our grande, the 16-quart. And I know if you don't have it, you're going, how do I get it? How do I get it? By the way, if you do finance your cookware, you can add on up to $1,000 without increasing your monthly payment. Talk to your consultant for more details about that one. Now, let's get into some of the other peripheral items. This is where things get so exciting. I like accessories because once you have the basic pieces, you're like, okay, well, what about this? What about that? We have, in the Executive Chef set, This is what we call the oven roaster. Now, some people say it's turkey roast, but I'll tell you something. You only cook turkey a couple times a year. You could cook 3 chickens in here. You could do 2 pork loins inside of here. You take the lid off, and by the way, this lid will fit on our smokeless barbecue as well too. Some of you don't even know what the smokeless barbecue is, but I'll tell you about that soon enough. Now, what's exciting about this one is the rack catches the juices down below. You can see that in there, so it's not going to sit there and saturate inside. Now, one of my favorite dishes is you can do a gigantic, super deep dish lasagna in this one, but my very, very first is this is designed as an oven roaster, so we call it an oven roaster. In the oven, you do the Rudy Booty. What is the Rudy Booty, ladies and gentlemen? Your turnips, your sweet potato, your carrots. You put them in there. You drizzle them with a little bit of olive oil. You put some thyme and some oregano, and you just kind of toss it up, a little sea salt, cracked pepper, and then you roast that. Oh, I love that roaster too. Okay, isn't that good? I've been told that this is bulletproof at 100 feet with a 22 gauge. So if you next time you're sitting in the south side or Compton or something like that and you need a little protection, make sure you have a pan that's large enough with enough surface area in there. Anyhow, so this is an oven roaster. You can use it for veggies, you can use it for meats. It's an absolute delight for oven roasting specifically. And so again, the lid of this one will fit on the barbecue if you have the barbecue. Speaking of which, any smokers in the audience? Any smokers? Okay, we have a no smoking policy, and that's why we use the smokeless barbecue. Now, the smokeless barbecue has water down below. Now, what's unique and special about the way this works is it has a heating element, and that heating element, when it heats up, it's going to give that grill. It's going to give that regular kind of barbecue without the black, what do they call it, acrylamine or some sort of cancer-causing type of thing I can't pronounce. But anyways, you don't get the smoking, you don't get the burning, and the beautiful thing is all the fat drippings go down in the water below. So when you clean it, you just pour it out and wipe it with a paper towel. Now, we've been using this as a demo, I believe, for 14 years, and it still looks like shiny. Like, how does that happen? Use a barbecue outside, and it's all black. Why? Because you're always getting that smoke and that burning and stuff like that on top of it. This thing right here, you soak in water, throw it in the dishwasher, it's ready to go. That's the only one you really need to clean. So we've literally cooked the fish, and you're like, you don't even know it's barely cooking unless you're right there smelling it. Ribs, after they're cooked in semi-vacuum, you can grill them on top of here. Chicken wings, the absolute most beautiful and finest. It does that nice thing, and when it's cold outside or rainy, who wants to be outside trying to barbecue in the rain? Do this in the comfort of your home. When it's too hot outside, crank up the AC, barbecue on the inside. Smokeless broiler, ladies and gentlemen. It is a beautiful thing. And by the way, the lid on that oven roaster, if you want to put a big thing on top, it does accelerate the cooking process. Now, we have the woks. I know some of these items you can earn. Talk to your consultant. Say, you know what, how can we partner? We're not doing group shows right now. We're just doing intimate one-on-ones where there's trust, we can control the environment. We can do a brunch, lunch, dinner. Last Saturday, we had shows as early as 6 o'clock in the morning, as late as 9 o'clock at night, because people get hungry and people eat. So talk to your consultant about more details on that. Now, you all know about our electric oil core skillet. Now, in fact, I probably don't even have to talk about this. Fully immersible underwater, lifetime guarantee. There's oil inside, hermetically sealed, never breaks down. We had a customer, actually, she had it for over 55 years. When she came to warranty the plug, she got so excited she got our executive chef set. True fact, Lila lives down in Venice Beach. Now, what's nice about this, ladies and gentlemen, is the digital probe. I don't have time to talk about the programmabilities, but if you want to make a pizza in here, 350, 375, set the timer for 12 minutes. You want to bake a cake, what I like about this, precise digital time settings on top here. There's also rice cooker, automated settings on top of here. So this is more than just a chicken fryer. When we do our demo, it makes the best fried chicken, frozen to finish or thawed. It's a beautiful thing. We call this the king of salad master. Now, if you have any family member, any children, guess what? I think you deserve each of them to have at least one of these skillets. Now, next in the family is our queen. Everybody say the queen. It's called the multi-purpose 5-quart, or the MP5 for short. Now, the MP5 comes with an optional inset. Now, what's the inset designed for? Some people use it as a double boiler. Some people use it as a rice cooker insert. So if you have leftovers, you just put it inside the fridge. Kind of a cool thing. Personally, we don't use the insert at home, but my wife uses this for beans as a slow cooker. She calls it the frijoleta. Okay, I don't know if I said that properly. Once again, oil goes all the way up the side. So if you have a rice cooker, ladies and gentlemen, and you eat rice on a regular basis, throw it away because you've got aluminum, you got the nonstick, you don't need that extra stuff going into your food. There's a reason why the color is tainted. If you let rice in a rice cooker, it goes kind of brownish, yellowish, or something like that. So the beautiful thing is it cooks bottom up, top down, sides in. There is a Persian lady the other day. She goes, how does they cook the Persian rice? You know how it has to get brown. Normally they boil it and they rinse it. And they put a ton of olive oil in there and turn it on high heat and they roast it. Or they make it crunchy on the bottom. Now what you can do with this one right here is when it clicks and you turn it to low, on the digital probe, low is 185. But if you actually keep it at about 225, guess what happens? It doesn't drop into vacuum. So the rice is continuing to cook. A little bit of air is going inside, so it starts browning all the way up and it comes out beautiful. Once it's done, you let it sit for 10 minutes and it contracts a little bit. You run a knife around the edge and you can pop it out and it comes out like a nice brown pancake. Try it, it is so cool. There's so many things you can do. A slow cooker, crock pot. If you're going over to a friend's place, you just bring that over, throw it in the trunk of your car, plug it in, heat it up. It's ready to go. This is the queen. This is the multi-purpose 5-quart roaster. Okay. So we got the 2 electrical appliances. We got a few more accessories to go. We got knives. We got the salad mash machine. If you don't have those, talk to your consultant on getting them as a bonus. The tea kettle. This is the only tea kettle we know of that's 316 titanium on the planet. It comes in electrical as well as stovetop version. Now stovetop will whistle. Okay, so the nice thing about that, you can be the other side of the house and it's calling you to turn it down. So it is actually very nice size. And what I love best, ladies and gentlemen, is the purity and flavor of the water. We all know that if you have filtered water does have minerals. And when you heat those minerals will react and make a flavor difference. So this would be the cleanest, purest teas. Even if you're making loose leaf teas or French press coffee, you need the purest, the cleanest, the safest possible. And so that comes with the tea kettle. Now, continuing right along here, ladies and gentlemen, is the gourmet collection. Now, everybody at one point in their life had a non-stick pan that was either 8, 10, or 12 inch. Now, this is the little 8-inch gourmet. Now, you could do a couple eggs inside of there, a veggie burger. It's just a nice little pan. Once again, why heat up a big one when you can use a smaller one? What I love is with the basic items of the set, you have a lid that will fit in there and it does cook in a vacuum. Now, isn't that a nice looking gourmet skillet? Say yes? Didn't hear ya. Yes, it does indeed. So that's the 8-inch gourmet, nice little pan. The next size up is a 10-inch. This is one of my favorite ones. If there's a go-to item, it's the 10-inch. And a perfect breakfast pan, whether you're doing a scramble or maybe if you're Irish and you're doing that corned beef hash, this would be probably a pan that you could use for that one. And then the next larger is your 12-inch. But if you do have the basic set, you should be able to have a lid that will fit on top of there. Okay, and then you also have the 12-inch, which, ladies and gentlemen, this is more of a dinner pan. Okay, and if you've got 4 in the household, you're going to use a pan that size. If you have any non-stick, toss it out. Do not use any non-stick pans. We know where you live. We'll track you down. We will find you. We will do spot checks. So make sure. Out of the cupboards, okay? So the 12-inch gourmet, the king, the Salad Master oil core skillet lid will fit on top of that. And guess what? It cooks in a vacuum as well too. So you want to get the complete gourmet collection, the 8, the 10, the 12. If you're missing one, talk to your consultant on how you can get them. If you have kids out there that don't have a gourmet skillet, they're using nonstick, find some way to help them get it. Even if it's referring shows and getting one for free. Now, a lot of people say, I love your kitchen tools. Every time I do a presentation like this, there's almost one person in the crowd that says, I love those kitchen tools. I heard you. You love those kitchen tools. So we've got, now this is one of my very favorite. So if you're ever doing any sort of pasta or punzit noodle or something like that, this is a great one. My wife loves this one because anytime there's dishes in the household, she gives me a little poke like this, and they tend to be working quite well lately because the kitchen is clean. We got spatula, we got slotted spoon, we got solid spoon. So this actually looks beautiful to complement your set and your kitchen decor. Stainless steel on stainless steel, you can't beat it. Okay, so we've got a couple more accessories, ladies and gentlemen. We got the 2 woks. Okay, I used to do a lot of running, but now in Salad Master, it cooks so fast, I just walk. I walk, and I talk, and I walk, and I talk, okay? So, once again, some people say, I don't have a lot of space. All you do is self-nest, click, 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 all on top of each other. Now, the 5-quart wok is great for a household of maybe 2 to 4 people, day-to-day style cooking. This also will invert as a stacker on top of your electrical core skillet. So again, the more complete your set, the more versatility you have, more stackability, and it's so cool when you can do all that stuff and really add a new dimension. The next size wok is our party wok, okay? And that is 16 inches in diameter. Check this out, ladies and gentlemen. 16 inches. If it's raining outside, guess what? You walk around, you are protected. That's right. Okay, so anyhow, this is 7 quarts in size. You can see flat and on the bottom, rounded on the side. So if you are doing a traditional stir fry, you can use a medium-high heat. You can sear any of your protein down at the bottom, your chicken strip, your beef strips or whatever. You can sear those, push them aside, put a little onions and garlic, and you push it up. And that's the beauty of a wok, is indirect cooking. So once it has a direct heat, searing and browning, you can kind of push it up on the side and then throw the other vegetables inside of here. Now we do a non-stir stir fry as an option. You're like, what? A non-what? Non-stir stir fry. We call it fry for short. And you can literally cook a chow mein noodle or a pancit noodle in there. Just do a bed of vegetables. You can choose the type of noodle, whether it be a rice noodle or egg noodle, put it in there, sandwich in on top of it, a bed of vegetables, chop it up with your salad machine, put a little bit of soy or sesame on top, a little cracked pepper, and maybe throw some greens on there. When the valve clicks, turn it once, it's ready to go. None of that bula stirring all the time. Ladies and gentlemen, party wok, when your friends come over, here's a beautiful thing, is when you have the handle on, just like that. You can pop the handle up, they walk in, and they go, ooh, ah. Ooh, ah. Isn't it a beautiful thing? It is indeed. 7-quart wok, ladies and gentlemen. If you don't have it, you need it, okay? Now, we've got a few more accessories before I close out here, ladies and gentlemen. The bakeware set. My question to you, some people say, I don't eat cookies, cakes, pies, things like that. Well, guess what? Welcome to the club. Neither do I. But you know what? If you have an oven, my question is, do you ever put anything in your oven, and what do you put it on? You have a toaster oven. What are you putting your food on in the toaster oven? By the way, these little cake pans and pie pans, they work perfectly in a toaster oven. If anyone a little bit nuts, raise your hand. Oh, you like nuts. You're not nuts, okay? So if you like those mixed nuts, what you do is you just put them in the toaster oven, heat them up on about 400 degrees for 5 minutes, and you feel like you're in first class in the airplane eating those warm, crunchy nuts. These work great. If you're doing any of those what do they call them? Hors d'oeuvres? Those hors d'oeuvres things? You just pop those in frozen, pop them in like so. What do we have with the cookie sheet? So the cake pan the bakeware set comes with 2 cookie sheets. There are 3 sizes on it, and there's even a hanger so you can hang it up and again decor, beautify your kitchen. When you're sliding your cookies off, they actually have an edge where they can just slide right off on them. We do greaseless cookies inside of there. So 2 cookie sheets, 2 cake pans, 2 pie pans. The set comes with 6. If you need extra, we can hook you up. That is always possible. A couple more items, ladies and gentlemen, for the oven. What are you putting your food on in the oven? That's a question. If I open up your oven, do I see some nasty black stuff that's aluminum or non-stick that's kind of scratched off? I hope not, okay? I hope not, and I trust that you've got maybe an oval bake dish. If not one, my wife has another 8, okay? Now, she's probably watching right now, but why would you need 8 of these? Well, you can ask her, because guess what? She's got 8, and they stack like this. If you're doing barbecue outside and you're marinating up meats and things like that, you can pop this in the oven, grill your vegetables. So you can actually cook a small bird in the oven. This is so versatile. If you don't have at least a couple of these, man, I'm telling you, they are so handy. And then this one's great for baking. So, brownies or whatever you like, cassava cake, that's a traditional 9 by 13 bake and roast pan. Okay, it's a rectangular bake and roast pan. This is the oval bake dish. So these items are, they're not necessities, they're niceties, but when you have it, life is so much better. Ask yourself, what is in your cupboards right now that should be replaced, right? And once you find out that a certain shampoo or a certain dish detergent is not healthy because you got a chemical, what do? You get rid of it and you replace it. So what's in your cupboard that needs to be replaced? We have 2 griddles, and I'll tell you, this is one of my wife's favorite griddles. Heating up the tortillas on top of here. 1, 2, 3, 4 grilled cheese sandwiches, pancakes. I'll tell you something, you preheat this on medium-low, do the water test, drop your pancakes. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and by the time you just count 20 seconds and you're flipping them. Once those little bubbles start popping and holding, the pancake, once you flip it, because it's even heat, they puff up about another 50%. It's really true. It's a phenomenon. I've been told, though, that they're so light and fluffy. Keep your windows closed and your fans off. Any of the slightest breeze, what happens? They elevate, and they might just fly out the window. So be careful out there. Okay? This, by the way, ladies, you want to motivate your husband to start doing some cleaning. This thing is called the equalizer. Okay? 11-inch square griddle. Hope you don't have a non-stick one at home because we know where you live and we'll find you. Okay? So replace all that nasty cookware and cook only on the cleanest, safest surgical stainless steel. And this is so cool. This one right here, it can be used on top of the stove or in the oven. It is the deep dish 13-inch griddle. Okay, so sometimes people like to griddle on the round. This will make a 13-inch pancake. One gigantic, massive pancake inside of here. You can bake cornbread in the oven. It is so versatile. In the picture, it shows you pizza. So it's definitely more than just your average pizza pan. So we've got 2 griddles, the round or the square. I'm looking to see if I've missed anything up on our executive chef set. We're almost ready to draw for that limited edition. I'm ahead of time, okay? And I know you're quite excited about that. So Teresa's going to be putting the names in the draw. We got 2 draws for the limited edition. Let me tell you about the limited edition. And if you want more information about this, one thing about the limited editions, they're only available for the month to the authorized dealer, to the consumer, from the factory for a push month. March is our push month, and in April, guess what? You can't buy any more. Now, what's kind of cool is it can work like a regular old pan, except for it's not just a regular old pan. It's got that 24 karat gold accent on here. See that? I'm going to do the 3D on you right there. 24 gold carat. It is what I call the vanity pan. So you bring that over and people are like, whoa, what is it? Whoa, is that a piece of cookware or is that a piece of kitchen jewelry? Anyways, it's so beautiful. You've got the fondue forks inside of there. You do the cheese fondue. You want to do the shabu shabu. You can do, by the way, vegetarian, some vegans in the crowd there. Cashew cheese. What you do is little toasted crostinis or maybe some vegetables, some veggies chopped up. You just stab little zucchini, you dip it in there, and a little bit of cashew cheese sauce, which is totally dairy-free vegan. You pop it in your mouth. They got individual colors. If you're having a party, everyone's got their own color. This rack will also fit on your MP5. So if you take the rack out, use it as a regular pan. I'll tell you something. Each household needs 2. One to cook on, one to display because it's so beautiful. And if you have relatives, one for each of your loved ones. So get them while they're hot. This one right here, we are offering this as a promo item simply for referrals in the month of March. Talk to your consultant. Anyone that decides to upgrade today, talk to your consultant. We'll work in one of these limited editions into the upgrade as well. If you don't have it, you'll want it. The limited edition collection, when they're gone, they're gone. We can't even buy them anymore when they're gone. Truth be told, okay? So, well, we're coming down the wire here, ladies and gentlemen. We just described to you 72 pieces of the finest surgical stainless steel. Cleanest, safest, healthiest, best cookware on the planet. You can have pride knowing you got the very best, but you know what? If you got some pieces that are missing, now is the time to take advantage of the perfect opportunity to save money by bundling in our best month in business promotions. Now, you've got the time at home here, ladies and gentlemen, so chat with your consultant. We need your help. We're on a mission to change lives. If you're looking at investing, great for you, but if you're looking at sharing the wealth of health and sharing the good news to prepare healthy and delicious food so people aren't eating out at restaurants so much, so the foods they're cooking, they're getting maximum nutrition. That is what we do. So please, we're begging you, give us that helping hand and we'll make it worth your while and we'll bribe you. We beg and bribe and you get to reap the reward. So we are excited about doing this draw here. Yes, Teresa? Yeah, we got some names?
21 draws.
Okay, we're doing one drawing here. Yes, I'm so excited. So we have the wheel spin. Okay, I got to tap the spin. Here it is. Oh, and it's even got a limited edition on there. Oh, what do I do? Tap. It's a spinning. 100 miles an hour. Tick, click, 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 click. Hey, we got a winner. Are you kidding me? Now, the person had to be on the whole thing. I don't think this person was on the whole thing, were they? And the winner is, ladies and gentlemen, Mitzi Cristobal, of all people. Can you imagine? Can you imagine? If you haven't got yours yet, ladies and gentlemen, here's what I'm going to ask you to do. Talk to your consultant. Find out what you can do. Talk to your dealer. Find out what can you do. If you have to, go for more. The month is happening. All this COVID stuff that's going on out there, ladies and gentlemen, all it is a cry out there to eat better, to live better, and achieve the life you desire. We can partner with you, and let's do the double win. Thanks for taking the time, and make sure you share, okay, because this can be a positive thing that can make your life even better. Be safe, be happy, and be healthy. Check out Happy Cooking Club for more recipes coming up every day. Check in because there's new stuff for you. Ciao for now.